Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Mesa Ridge 395 BHS fifth wheel. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you're going to have a couple of awnings and slides to leave room for. On your off campsite, besides your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to be all the way on the rear corner back here on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Then your water and docking station are going to be all the way toward the front next to your hot water heater here. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. When we arrive, first thing we're going to do is unhook our hitch, come over here to our auto leveling system and touch our up and down arrows at the same time. It's going to turn that green light on. And you can simply lower or raise the front to get your hitch up out of the way. As soon as your hitch is out of the way, the vehicle is completely pulled away from the front. You can hit auto level. We're just going to start letting it do its thing. It's going to bring front up and down. Make sure your strong arms are loose. It's going to run these auto leveling systems down. Again, make sure your strong arms in the back are loosened up. It'll allow your auto leveling to run down. While those are going ahead and running down, once your unit's level and stable, next thing we're going to do is hook up our power and water. Power connection, big long 30 amp or 50 amp cord, plugs in here on the rear. The way it plugs in is it starts at about like 11 o'clock, turn it to noon, and then just put this black washer on. Now if you need to plug into a 30 amp campsite somewhere in your convenience pack, will be a 50 to 30 amp dog bone. There's your auto leveling system running down. Back to this. If you need to plug in at home, you also have a 30 to 15 amp reducer you can throw on the end of that as well. Once you get your power hooked up, next thing we'll hook up is our water. Again, up here in front of your hot water heater, it's going to be your docking station. Little light inside here, make it things easier to see. Simple instructions, 3 knobs to turn. At campsites, which is city, we're going to set it up just as it is right now. Red to the left, blue down, black to the right. Next, grab our water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always use this when putting water in your unit because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. There's our front auto leveling coming down. Continue to run. Hook this up here where it says freshwater connections. This is also our city water connection, same spot. Hook that up here, make sure those are set the same way. One more step, our hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, make sure our drain plug's back in there. Throw some plumber's tape around that. Tape, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Plumber's tape around that, get that in there nice and snug, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. And after that hose been on for a few minutes, we're going to go on inside and open up our slides. We'll go ahead and let our auto leveling system finish doing this thing. Once it does, we'll get a solid green light there. Should be just about done. And then we'll go inside and open up your slides. Coming up into our unit, come up the hallway here, all the way to this back corner. We're just going to tap this pad when that lights up. In the lower left corner is a number 1. Let's touch that. That's going to go ahead and turn on a bunch of lights in here. And then start walking through and turning on as many lights as we can. Alright, on our control panel here, we're going to go back to home. You do climate, lights. We're looking for motors right now. Go to motors. Scroll down to slides. Slide out number 5, which is right here. We're going to extend that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna run all our slides out so we can get into our water supplies. Bedroom slide. Open up all of our water lines. Get all the air out of the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Continuing on down. So I'm gonna run these all out. Like I said, open up all of our water lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Get all the air out of the lines. Shut them off and then head back outside. Alright, back out here to our docking station. Now let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go dry camping. Well, in that case, we have a two-step process. We're gonna start with tank fill. Turn everything to the right. Treat your hot water heater the same way. Plug it up. Fill it up here. So now while you're filling this up, you're going to keep an eye on it. On the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there will be a level to check your fresh water as well. Keep an eye on that while you're filling it up. Once it's full, remove your hose and then go from tank fill to pump. Back over just like city water. Now you turn on your water pump whenever you want to utilize that water. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water and you already have water going in there. That's already pressurized. To winterize, point them all down and to bypass your hot water heater. Set it like so. Alright, we're all set up for power and water. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continue here in this little docking station. There's your main cable you hook up at campsites. Satellites if you ever get those. 110 out here. Again, our water connections. This is set up for when you winterize. That's where you'll siphon your antifreeze in at. Here's a hot and cold shower. Quick connect for that. And your black tank flushes. Fresh water connection. And then down here is just an area that you can run them hoses down through so you can close your docking station here. On your hot water heater, real quickly, if it doesn't seem to be working, come outside to see if either one of these are bubbled up. If they are, press them back in. We got our pass-through storage area up here. There's our auto leveling system again. This is a battery disconnect. That will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. There's your inverter. Your spare propane tank. The one's connected on the other side. Access panel. Got a little screw in there. Take your screw out down there. Access panel to all your water lines. Your low point drain. Tank. One of your black tank flushes. Your water drain. Fresh water drain. We'll talk about all those when leaving the campsite. Your other dumps are back here. If you have a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof, and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You can also prep for a backup camera device. You can purchase one device that's on the dash of your tow vehicle. The other attaches to this, give you a backup camera for the unit. Here's your accessory tow hitch. Capacity 300 pounds on that. Good for bike racks. On your slides, they do have a lubricant that you can spray on your seals to keep them nice and pliable over the years. You don't want those to dry rot. Your slides do have a manual override. Open up our outdoor kitchen here. You have a girdle that comes out. You got to push down on both these blue at the same time to pull that out. When you lift that up, that turns on your gas. That turns off your gas. Again, press them both down at the same time. Got some lighting out here. Outdoor fridge with settings up top. Nice cutting board. Sink area over there. Accent lighting. Have your separate entryway. We took the steps down, we'll lead people right into a bathroom. Keeps you from walking through your trailer just to use the bathroom. There's a vent for your microwave. Both of these are access to your fridge. Here's your water lines here. Flue for your furnace. A few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you're running your furnace, steer clear that it does get hot. And three, they actually make vents screens you can put over that. Keep bugs out of there. Quick connect propane. Another area to run a hose down through. From here, again, access panel in here. Lighting. Cable hookup of 110s if you want to set a TV out here. Our propane. Shift this over and pull that out. Comes on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. It'll turn red when you're out of gas. Push that to the side to push it back up in there. Make sure that's nice and secure before you travel. On your strong arms, after you've gotten all your auto leveling done, go ahead and crank those to the right. Now to lock them in there. Just remember to make sure that you loosen those back up before you bring up your auto leveling system. Batteries in here. Check your battery post every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. There are the hydraulics for your leveling system. It's a vent for those batteries. And that about covers everything out here. We'll take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up beside your unit again. First thing you'll notice is the location of these chairs. This is how you want those chairs for travel. It's going to allow you to bring in your slides. You have straps for these. We've unstrapped them already. Now we'll allow these to spin like so. Check back around here. Again, coming down the hallway. We'll go straight to your control panel again. Explain a few things on there. Touch screen. Go to home. So home can take us to everything. Here's our climate, here's our lights, our motors, our tanks, and our energy. Same thing over here on the left. So we'll start up top. Climate. Here's where you can watch those tanks to see when them are filling. Here's where you can turn on your water pump. Here's where you can turn on your hot water heater if hooked to electric, and your hot water if hooked to gas. Make sure that you choose correctly. It has a warning light on it because there's no gas hooked up to it right now. The motors, you can do all of our auto leveling from here. Our awnings in and out, our slides on our awning. I'm going to extend the first one here. I'm going to tell you, on your awnings, you only want to run them out until you see your flap fall down. The way this is located here, you almost have to get in the window over here to watch it go out while you're extending. And you only want to run that out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your bar. If you hold that button down and continue to run it out, it will start to run itself up onto itself backwards. So make sure when you run it out, you only run it out as far as you need to. Keep that back in. Same thing with our other awning. Keep an eye on it when you run it out. Don't assume that this will stop where it's supposed to. Only when it's coming in. While I'm waiting on the awning to come in, I'll mention the BM Pro app. You can get this app or the Travel Link app. You can Bluetooth control all your slides and everything from your phone. So our awnings are slides that we did when we first come up in here. That's all of our motors. Climate. Turn that on. I got it on cool. You hear the AC. Shut that off. Same thing if you want to go heat. Just go down here to heat. AC shut off. I'll have to bring the temperature up. Oh, kick that on. Now shut that off. Generally ACs are, there's your second AC. Okay, for in here you hear it ducted. Alright, then we got our lights, which are all dimmable as well. So that's a really cool feature. Down here our tire pressure, and down here our batteries. Numbers here: interior lighting, exterior lighting, both. Another spot you can turn on your water pump. Now over here, this is extend or retract for another spot we can do. We go back to the beginning here. At off. There's off. Going to the right, we have pair. Pair your phone to this device. Next is awning 1, awning 2, slides 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and back to off. So instead of coming up here to your control panel, you can do all that down here as well. This is where it's pre-wired for solar. Keep that there in case anyone in the future wants to attach complete solar kit to this, including you. Travel link hookup again. That'll get your phone hooked up to this. Alright, let's head on into the living room. To the right, coming down the steps, is our breaker box and fuses. A ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Big closet. Max air vent. Turn that on. What that does is opens up and turns on the fan. 4 different levels on the fan. If you shut off, it shuts the fan off and closes. Lots of accent lighting here. Again, our pull shoot reclining chairs. Pull up on that. Push it back down with your feet. You have an envelope full of paperwork. Go through it. Make sure any appliances you might want to register. I'll show you how to set these tables up here real quick. They store inside here. There's your tabletop. Legs might be on the other end, but let me get it all together here. Tabletop, followed by one of 2 table legs. So on your legs, you'll notice you'll have a notched end here. That'll actually tighten or loosen. Try to keep that all the way open. That notch is going to slide right into that slot. Once it's in, turn this to the right. That locks that on there. And then simply set your tabletop on there. Same thing on both sides. This away. Now we'll simply turn it to the left. That will loosen it. We'll put these away and turn your sofa into a bed. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the Velcro cushions. This is all to the side. Grab our straps down here in the bottom. Lift it up and pull it toward us. And throw these cushions back. Just that quickly, you've got your sleeping quarters. Reverse the process to put everything back. Just like that, you are back to a sofa. Turning around in the living room. We've got a Fire Stick TV, got a safety strap. You can bring that around and strap that in for travel. When you arrive at the campsites, go into your home, run a digital channel scan. That'll help you pick up the local channels. Sound system, click that on. AM, FM, Bluetooth, soundbar for the TV, DVD, Bluetooth, radio. Hard to pick up any channels in this metal building, but indoors and outdoors, dual zoned. Fireplace, remote for this as well. Not just for looks anymore. I'll go through and show you the pretty colors. But the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. Crank the heat up on this if you're cold in the morning or evening. Instead of using up your gas, use the electric to warm it up in here. To my left, carbon monoxide propane detector. There's 12 volt. The reason I mention this 12 volts, always running off your battery. So if you are out boondocking, dry camping somewhere, you're going to be gone for the day and you don't want this to run your battery down, use your battery disconnect in that front storage I showed you. Continuing into the kitchen, self-explanatory convection microwave, light and fan above that. High and low fan. Cooktop oven light and panel light. Turn that to high, hit your spark, and your flames come on just that quick. Same thing with the oven. Turn it to light, and that will light here. No need to light it, panel light by hand anymore. Our fridge, complete separate manual on this as well. There's all of your settings. See they come on when you open up your door. Fire extinguisher, make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of emergency. Speaking of emergency, your fire alarm is right up, or smoke alarm up there at the top. Heading back into our bunk room. Not a lot to talk about back here, except this bunk will store up top. Simply by lifting this up, and that will snap in there. You got your ladder here, another bed that'll fold down from here. Make sure to use these safety feet when you bring it down. Tons more storage up front. A separate bathroom. Lighting here, max air vent here as well. So plumbing to maintain, keep an eye on it. You're bouncing the house up and down the road, it's mostly all PEX nowadays. Heading up into our bathroom area. I'll mention in here, another max air vent. Glass doors, you want these glass doors snapped open for travel. Keep them like that for travel. These doors, make sure they're snapped open for travel as well. In our bathroom, you also have a 110 with GFCI reset. More plumbing to keep an eye on. Takes us into our main bedroom. 110 and charging port here. Prepped for a TV back here. There's your backer. Cable to 110 up here. Make sure this antenna's on back here, that green light. That's more lighting. 110 with GFCI reset because you are prepped for a washer and dryer back here. Another door to make sure you have snapped for travel. And lastly, a little bit of storage up underneath your bed with your outdoor griddle and hand crank for your slide override. I will tell you real quickly, this is just for a temperature reader that helps the thermostat work better in your unit. That about covers everything in here. Just act like we're leaving the campsite and get ready to close the unit up. So again, I like to walk through and secure all doors and drawers. Then start as far away from the control panel as you can and shut off all of your lights. Another way you can do this, you can come to your control panel, touch number 1 till you see some lights shut off, and that'll show you that all the rest of the lights in the unit are going to be accent lights. So zip around, shut all them off. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. In this bunk room, I prefer to travel with this down. I feel that this solid piece underneath there is going to be a lot stronger than traveling with those hooks into this wall here. So preferably travel with that down, this one up. Continuing to shut off all of our lights. Back here in this bathroom, make sure that you lock that door. Again, another door secured open. Shut off our lighting back here. We've made sure in that bedroom all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. Getting off all the lights except for that one there. Now we're going to come back up to our control panel. I'm going to touch number 1, which is going to just give us enough light to see what we're doing in here. Come to the control panel, and instead of going up top here like we opened it for our slides, I'm going to come down here to the bottom, slide 5, retract. I know that's going to be our kitchen slide. Make sure we bring in our awnings if we have those out. You see the importance of having those cabinet drawers closed down there. We don't need to be breaking doors just because we're closing our unit up. And just go right backwards, hitting retract on all of these slides onto our bunk rooms. And I'll go through and do the whole unit. Alright, with all of our slides in, talk about these steps real quick. They are adjustable simply by pulling out on this cotter pin here. Bringing them up or down. You want to make sure your exterior doors all the way open, otherwise that will catch on it while it's going in. Sits up in there. Make sure it's locked in there good. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle. Alright, for our dry camp and boondocking, we're going to come around here and dump our freshwater drain there. Come in here. Make sure your vehicle is not in the way yet. We're going to turn this back on by holding our buttons again, up and down buttons at the same time, and hit retract all. That's going to bring up your stabilizing jacks. It's also going to dip your front at first, so make sure nothing's there. Once we've got our stabilizing jacks back up, use your 2 arrows to lift the front back up, hook up your hitch. Remember, before bringing up your stabilizing jacks, you go around and loosen up these strong arms if you have them tightened down. Alright, we're going to start with our black tank in the back. Pull on this handle. Go inside, but it sounds like that one's no longer draining. Go inside, check black tank number 2. If it shows it's empty, leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook it up to your back black tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that handle open. Let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all the washout you just put in here has drained. Then close your black handle and pull your gray handle. Again, that's going to be cleaner water, just like your showers. When that's done, close that. Remove that hose. Come on up here to your front sump. Hook that up here. Handles for these are going to be inside your docking station. Pull your black handle. Again, once it sounds like it's empty, go inside. Make sure black tank number 1 shows empty. When it does, come out here and black tank flush again. Hook your hose up here, leaving that handle open. Run that for a good 5 minutes. Wash that out. When it's done, remove that hose. Again, make sure all the washout you put in there has drained. When it has, close this black and pull that gray. While my grays are draining, I'll go ahead and dump my low point drains. Get all them done. When them are done draining, come to your hot water heater. You're done camping for a while, you want to dump the stagnant water out of here. So lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump a bunch of hot water out of there, so be careful. And then pull your drain plug for the residual water. When that is done, low point drains are done. Close them back up. These can be tricky. Make sure you line them up just right. I'll do that when I've got two hands. When that's done, close that gray. Remove that hose. Then go store it in a sanitary and convenient spot. And head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Mesa Ridge for many years to come. Happy camping.